UFC 227 was a stacked card which had great performances from top to bottom. The main card was filled with exciting performances and overall it was a decent night of fights. For this video I'll be discussing 10 fights to make after UFC 227. In the main event of UFC 227, Dillashaw finished Cody Garbrandt by TKO in the first round to successfully retain his title. There are a couple of opponents that make sense for Dillashaw next. The first option is a trilogy fight against Rafael Assunção, who is on a 4-fight winning streak and has a victory over Dillashaw. Another possible option is Marlon Moraes, who has won his last 2 fights by vicious knockouts, and the last option is a rematch with former champion Dominic Cruz, who last defeated Dillashaw by a split decision at UFC Fight 81. My personal option would be the Dominic Cruz rematch. Both fighters have history with each other, and the build up to the rematch will be entertaining. With Cody Garbrandt losing to Dillashaw, the fight that makes the most sense for him is to face John Lineker next. John Lineker last knocked out Brian Kelleher at UFC 224. Both fighters were scheduled to face each other a couple of years ago, but it never materialized. Now I believe the time is right to book this fight again, and it should be an entertaining scrap. In the co-main event, Henry Cejudo was able to shock the world when he defeated Demetrius Johnson by a split decision. The fight that makes the most sense for Henry Cejudo is to either rematch Demetrius Johnson or face the winner of Sergio Pettis vs Jesse Formiga, who will face each other at UFC 229. Any of these fights make sense for the newly crowned champion. With Demetrius Johnson losing to Henry Cejudo, the fight that makes the most sense for him is to have an instant rematch with Henry Cejudo. Demetrius Johnson was able to defend his title 11 consecutive times and had cleared out the division and definitely deserves a rematch. He sustained some injuries in his fight with Henry Cejudo and may need some time off, but once he is healthy to return, he definitely deserves a rematch. For the rest of the main card, Renato Moicano defeated Cub Swanson by a rear naked choke in the first round. The fight that makes the most sense for him is to face former champion Jose Aldo next. Jose Aldo last defeated Jeremy Stephens by TKO in the first round at UFC on Fox 30. Both fighters are closing in on a title shot fast, and this matchup makes the most sense. With Cub Swanson losing to Renato Moicano, the fight that makes the most sense for him is to face Ricardo Lamas next. Ricardo Lamas last lost to Miroslav Bektic by a split decision at UFC 225. Both fighters have fought each other before, where the rematch will definitely be interesting to see. JJ Aldrich defeated Poliana Viana by a unanimous decision. The fight that makes the most sense for her is to face Poliana Botelho next. Poliana Botelho last defeated Cirio Kondo by TKO in just 33 seconds of the first round at UFC Final 129. Both fighters are surging up the rankings, and it should be an entertaining scrap. With Poliana Viana losing to JJ Aldrich, the fight that makes the most sense for her is to face Amanda Cooper next. Amanda Cooper last lost to Mackenzie Dern by a rear naked choke at UFC 224. Both fighters stylistically match up very well against each other, and it should be a great fight to see. And lastly, Thiago Santos defeated Kevin Holland by a unanimous decision. The fight that makes the most sense for Thiago Santos is to face Brad Tavares next. Brad Tavares last lost to Israel Adesanya by a unanimous decision at the Ultimate Fighter 27 finale. Both fighters match up very well against each other, and it should be a great fight to see. With Kevin Holland losing to Thiago Santos, the fight that makes the most sense for him is to face Marvin Vettori next. Marvin Vettori last lost to Israel Adesanya by a split decision at UFC on Fox 29. Both fighters are coming off losses, and it should be a fun fight to see. Let me know which fights you guys like to see after UFC 227 in the comment section below. Thank you.